in class thought that I was drawing Barbie, or I was just drawing, I don't know, just children. Like they just did not realize what it was. Like I just even the way I drew them, like why do they look like that? It's like a Tweety bird, but a person. No idea. So it was actually to the point where when I had the chance, I was around 17, I think. I had the chance to do a presentation because everybody in class had 6 weeks to do this giant presentation and project on whatever topic they wanted to do. And it was like the end of year assignment that's, like you had to do it to get a good grade. So I, of course, picked the subject manga, and manga specifically because I've always been more a fan of the way the comics were and how the story were told through the comics, which every anime is kind of an adaptation of a manga. So I did a very comprehensive presentation, did cutouts from my favorite, not cutouts, copies of cutouts. No. Yes, copies of cutouts. Wait. And I did like just a big essay about why they draw them with eyes like this, why even though this person is supposed to be Japanese, they actually have big eyes, all that. And on top of that, I actually drew a manga. I drew a 90-page story, and I chose a really, really tough subject, like had something to do with like post, Hiroshima, and then it had like the main girl kills herself at the end. I mean, just terrible ending. And I was like, because I wanted to show them that you could tell a serious story and a moving emotional story with a medium such as manga. It went over great. I got, the highest possible score on it, and eventually, actually, the anime magazine that I spoke of, which is the only one in Germany, actually picked up my manga and they actually published it. So I am published in Germany from like a while ago. But then when I moved to the United States, that's when I discovered cosplay. That I think has something to do with the culture as well. Like in Germany, it's like it's okay if you draw the characters or read the comics or watch it, but you don't dress up as them, And so now, nowadays they have conventions, they have cosplayers, and they do everything that we do, but they still try not to walk down the street in their costumes. It's still like, it's frowned upon. People really get freaked out if they see cosplayers just walking around. Whereas here in the United States, everybody takes like public transportation to get to a photo shoot, and the people walking by are just like, oh, it's got to be a theater production or something. So anyway, coming to the United States, I went to Anime Expo '99, and I was actually an artist, and I entered the art show there, and but I saw people dressed up in costume, and I thought that was really awesome. And it never occurred to me to like dress up as all those awesome characters that I loved and would do fan art of. So that was like an eye-opening revelation, and I've never like gone back from that. Once I knew that you could go that extra step, be even more creative than just fanning over your characters. You can actually become the characters. I was like, all right, that's it, I'm done. So art has sadly taken kind of a back seat to cosplay, but I'm still hoping to get back into it one day. So now that my laptop is working, is it showing up?
The TV's not turned on.
It's not. Wait, the TV's not turned on? Okay. Because my laptop is. Wait, it just popped back. But I can do what we did earlier. Graphic options.
Graphic options.
No, wait. Hotkeys.
No, graphic options. Then it'll be Intel desktop clone. Then notebook television.
Well, now it's not showing.
Oh, hold on, Cat still be here.
Oh, it's because it's not hooked up. Hello. Smart. It's been a long day.
There it is.
Oh, yeah. Wait, there are multiple flavors? Cool. Okay, raspberry. Thanks. Alright. I was just going to show you guys some pictures. I don't know how familiar you are with my costumes, but I can show you like fun event pictures and stuff that I've done. Silly things! Alright. So this is like just a folder that my website is in. And my website needs to revamp a lot, and I'm actually working on finally moving it from an HTML website to a PHP website and have modules, so I can like very easily upload new pictures. I don't have to make thumbnails anymore and hand code each of the page in the galleries, because I've definitely accumulated a lot of material over 10 years. Like, did not know how that happened.
You're talented.
So, I'll assume you guys know my costumes. Like, I'm not going to go through and show you my costumes. In fact, if you were interested and you haven't seen my costumes yet, you can raise your hand, or you can just come to my booth tomorrow at in the dealer room, and I have like a portfolio there. You can see there. But in my experience cosplaying, and part of why I really love doing it, aside from the craftsmanship and just the friendships I've made, the skills I've gained just from having to experiment, and I'm definitely a stickler for doing everything myself. So aside from all that, I really have enjoyed just being able to travel as much as I did, and it's like I like to talk about some of the places I've been, because the people and the events that have been run are very interesting, and I think like a lot of people would not know like how conventions are in other countries. The country I've been to the most for conventions has been Mexico, and it started off just like at the beginning of 2006. One of the conventions contacted me and some of other cosplayers and asked us to come out to be guests. And when we went, we were received completely differently than we had ever expected. I mean, we had bodyguards. They made life-size banners of each of us, and they made us basically celebrities. And it was a very interesting experience, because none of us were like used to that. So we had people who knew our names. We didn't speak the same language, but like they managed to somehow get across, like that they loved us, and we signed autographs, which that was the first time I signed autographs, and it was just crazy. This is that same convention, but 2 years after, I went back with my friend Pixie Kitty. She's actually here. She was invited as well, and so we were here with a couple of kids who are as tall as we are.
Huh.
I'm like, oh my god, we're so short. Both she and I are just ridiculously short. But you can kind of see the convention hall set up. It's pretty awesome. It's just basically a gigantic hall. Like either some cons it's a warehouse, some cons it's actually a convention center. But they build the convention inside this gigantic hall. It's not in a hotel. It's not like, it's like the whole convention happens inside what would basically be like a huge dealer's room. And they use these panels to section off areas for panels, for gaming, for the stage, for like all their rooms are basically sectioned off little half rooms. But what I like about it is that it creates such a frenzy of an atmosphere. It's like there's no quiet area. You have to leave the con, like go out completely to even like be able to sit down and have a quiet time. But it's really awesome because you just